Right, how are we doing? So, it was bank holiday Monday today. Hope you all had a nice weekend. Getting at least straight into it. Plenty hot weather anyway, it's great. So, this week, today, we're not open today. We don't open on a bank holiday, so it gives our coaches and you lads a chance to go and spend some time with some family and friends and do stuff outside the gym. It's nice. Today was penciled in as our benchmark workout this week, so you won't see this, but if you want to do it at some stage during the week, it is CrossFit Air Force workout. Go look it up. It's a nice little workout, but it's pretty rough. You got to be quick on the barbell and enjoy a few thrusters. So we'll get rid of that. We'll look at Tuesday. So Tuesday our strength work is gymnastics again. So we're looking at, again, what we saw was the straight arm pulling on the gymnastics, and our core work, but we're doing our core in that tuck position. So we're on parallettes, on a pair of kettlebells, on the floor if we want an extra challenge, or even just in between two boxes if our wrists are okay with that. It's nice, back and forth, and then we're up on the high bar. After that then, our Metcon today, on Tuesday, is a buy-in of an 800 metre run. Might as well get outside for the weather that's in it. I think we should hit this at a pretty decent clip, so it's not a jog, it's not a warm-up, and we should push hard on that 800 metre run and see how we get on. After that, 5 rounds of 12 toes to ring and 15 wall balls. So it's nice to do something a little bit different, even though it's quite samey. The toes to rings, have a look at it, maybe warm them up as we get into it, but it's a little bit easier to do toes to rings than it is toes to bar. We can move a little bit more on the rings, we can get a little bit more out of it, and it's easier to pull up, and the bar is a little bit less forgiving with that kind of stuff. So if we can, we need the toes to go through the rings. So there's a little bit of accuracy involved with that as well. 15 wall balls. Opportunity here to push yourself a little bit. I'm going to cross all 5 rounds to do all of our wall balls unbroken. Just maybe if you need to take an extra breath, it's no harm to get into it. It might not be the fastest way to do it, but I still think doing stuff unbroken it's nice, and it's a really good challenge for us. We are going to have some mobility work then, so pre and post every day. Our pre-class mobility will not be done with a coach. This is something that if you're in early, here's something for you to target. Our post, depending on how, we'll probably get a little bit of go at here, but sometimes it's better for us to get some more like movement prep and warm up for either strength work or mobility than it is to spend time with you doing stuff that you can probably do on your own afterwards. Afterwards we want to get into like a banded lat stretch, or something that similar to what we would do when we warm up with the bands, but we want to spend maybe 3 minutes on each side and getting a little bit of rotation through, finding a little bit of a stretch. Maybe a half kneeling position is really good, but to spend a little bit of time and getting some length back into the lats. So that's it. So pre is T-spine with a peanut, so we want to get some T-spine extension. There's in the little red box, there's a few lacrosse balls that are taped together. Use those. The spine sits in the little groove, and we want to see, can we move down vertebrae to vertebrae and see, can we get that extension through the upper back. With that we might get a few cracks out of it. If you want, then you can grab a 20 kilo plate and let's get some movement with that as well, in between each vertebrae on the upper back. We don't really want to go near our lower back with that. Wednesday then, more gymnastics work today, but we're into support positions, and this time instead of straight arm pulling, we're into our bent arm pulling. So supports are, I think, in rings and the dips, and the bent arm pulling, we're rope climbs. So if we can, I think it's 2 rope climbs every minute, and then we can do, if we can, let's do the first one legless, so we will get that bent arm pulling. It's nice. So a 10-minute EMOM. back and forth for there. And then just a little bit of CrossFit then on Wednesday. It's all CrossFit, but something very CrossFit. So 21 box jumps, 15 Russian kettlebell swings, and 9 chest to bar pull-ups. I think it's 3 rounds for their box jumps. Again, 24, 20-inch for the lads and the ladies. If we've been doing box jumps for a while and we want to look at rebounding, then let's start with a lower box. Grab a 12-inch box. Spend more time on the box than on the ground. Yeah, we still have to achieve that full extension on top of the box, but as we step off, we hit the ground and we're immediately back up, and we work there. If we have been dropping down to a 12-inch box, stick a 10-kilo plate on it today, and let's try and work our way back up to the RX weight, but doing rebounds. Swings, just Russian swings, no problem, so we can go heavy with this, and then chest to bars. If we don't have chest to bars today, pull-ups, nice place to go, it's only 9. Or if we want then as well, if we are just going to come off and use a box, let's see if we can get the elbows behind the body and we can go maybe jumping chest to bars. If not, then maybe single leg box kick and pull-ups. But we want to, if we can, get used to that extra little bit instead of just pulling to here where the chin clears the bar. We get that elbow to come back and we get the chest to touch. Pre-mobility today, we stick a band around the front of the ankle and the other end around an upright, and we'll get some movement, try and get a little bit of movement through the ankles there. The band just helps to pull the ankle back and we get a little bit more there. Post, we're going to spend some time on the glutes. It's up to, well, maybe the coaches, a few different glute stretches that we can do. If you were to spend 2 minutes or 3 minutes on each side in one of those pigeon stretches, be really good there, just to spend an extra little bit of time. You spend 15-20 seconds in a warm-up and it's nice, but to spend an extra bit of time there just to help get some length in it. Thursday then is Thursday. Please don't sandbag this, or please don't not come in on Thursday. So all it is 10 rounds of 12 or 10 calories on the assault bike on Thursday. Nothing else, but this should be full on, like as hard as we can pace. Yeah, every time we get on the bike, we're going to go. So it's every 3 minutes for 10 rounds. It'll take you 15 seconds, 8 seconds, whatever it takes you. We get a full rest with this, we get back on and we do it again for 10 rounds. Hopefully we'll get a lot of people in, we'll have good buzz and we'll all suffer together. See how we get on. Pre today, let's get a lacrosse ball. We're going to get it into the pecs, so we can do it against the wall if it's a little bit sore. Even better is to do it on the ground. Find a little bit of a gnarly bit, hang out there, get the arm to move around, and then after that 2 minutes in a doorway stretch just after we get both sides in. And post, I think we'll do a barbell smash with this one after being on the bike, and we want to just sit down on the floor, get a barbell and roll out the quads a little bit. Any little gnarly bits, we spend some time there as well. Friday, so we're back to squatting again this week, but we're back to our odd object squats. If we used D-balls last week, so if we were at 50 kilos doing our squats last week, we're going to bump the reps up to 10 on the squats and 8 and 8 on the reverse lunges. If not, then we'll just stick with 8, 6 and 6 and try and go a little bit heavier. It's tough, especially with that ball on the shoulder for the squats. The lunges aren't too bad here, but it just means it's harder to breathe a little bit. And then our Metcon on Friday is a 21, 15, 9 calorie row and box jump overs. But what we're going to do is we're going to do them pairs. So partner 1 does 21 calories on the rower, partner 2 does 21 calories on the rower, then 1 does 21 box overs, partner 2 does 21 box overs. So you go, I go, back and forth. What we'd like to see with this is maybe not the intensity that we're going to see on Thursday, but we want to go pretty hard. We want to see you go a little bit harder than you would like to go, and a little bit harder than you would go if you were doing it all on your own, and where you don't have that rest. So it's nice, just another little bit of interval work. beforehand, and before we get into the squats, let's do some squat therapy. So a few minutes, maybe if you did 2 reps every minute for 10 minutes, against the wall, hands up, lock the elbows, palms forward, chest down, and we're just going to squat. So ideally our toes will touch the wall, and we want to think about the hips going back and the knees going out, and are not leaning into this. We'll spend 10 seconds on the way down, 5 seconds at the bottom, and another 5 seconds on the way up. Afterwards, we'll after the lunges and stuff, we'll get into couch stretch, and we'll spend like 2 minutes in each of the 4 positions on the couch stretch there. Let's see. Saturday it's a funny one, right? So it's a little bit shorter than we normally do on a Saturday. It's 25-minute workout, but we're doing it on our own. It's 2 minute on, 3 minute off. When we're on, so in that 2 minute window, it's an AMRAP of 8 double dumbbell deadlifts, so pair of dumbbells to the floor, full extension, back down with the dumbbells in your hand. We're going to do 8 box step overs, so step over onto the far side is 1, back is 2, and then we put the dumbbells down and we'll do 8 burpees. So an AMRAP of that in 2 minutes. As soon as that 2 minutes is over, we are into our 3 minutes of rest. The rest only starts after we do a 200 meter sprint. Yeah. So immediately after the 2 minutes of work here, we have to go and sprint 200 meters. When we get back in from that 200 meters, then our rest starts. Whatever's left of that 3 minutes. Yeah. 5 full rounds of that. Wherever we stop our AMRAP, we're going to pick up where we left off. So if I had 3 of my dumbbell box step overs in my 3rd round done, when I come back after my rest, I'm going to start on rep 4. Yeah, so I have 5 reps here and back into burpees, so we continue on. So we don't start with the dumbbell deadlifts every time. Offhand, that mobility on Saturday, I think we have a bench prayer stretch. So we'll get down on our knees, 2 hands on the bench, and we're just going to allow our head to fall through, and 2 hands clasped behind. It's really nice for opening up the front of the chest, and then where we're a little bit tight in the shoulders. I think that's afterwards, and pre is it's gone. I have it written down. Let's see. Typical. Oh yeah, we'll band up our Spider-Man stretch. So we'll open up the inside of the hips. The same way, like half kneeling position, we want to try and get the elbow down to the floor if we can. But if we set up a big green band here, we're going to distract the hip and pull it back over. So if my left knee is up, I'm going to pull it over my left shoulder, and that's the way I'm looking to go to set it up. 2 minutes on one side, and we'll swap over 2 minutes on the other. Just make sure and get everything out of the way before you get the band in there. And that's it for this week. Yeah, nothing too fancy, but we have both of our gymnastics stuff in there today. If you want to have a look at the gymnastics work that we did last week, and put it in one of the days, maybe on Thursday if you want as well, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Friday. I don't have anything yet. It might be a good day to do it. There's nothing there, so if you wanted to pick what we did last week as well. So if you were hitting our gymnastics, all of our gymnastics stuff every week, maybe getting it in on Friday before or after class is a good way to do it. But yeah, let's get in on Thursday. Let's make it a really good week. Thanks.